What's up, motherfuckers? It's yours, one and only Moist Alex, bringing you another video. What's up, guys? Man, lots of shit to talk about, so we gonna dive right into these topics. Let's start off by first saying that I have kalphites for Slayer, and I have 777 cannonballs. That's lucky. And I will go on my bank and show you that that's exactly how much I have left. I withdrew all and did not notice. Actually, I went to the kalphites for a little bit, and oh nope, I have one. That fucks up the luck. I'm gonna die now. Anyway, motherfuckers, I was doing the kalphites earlier before I decided to make this video, and I forgot my anti, so I tallied back and didn't realize I only had that many cannonballs left, which means I need to buy some more. So, on to these motherfucking topics. So, let's start off by first saying, let me give a shout out to a Runescape named Ruthless1. Promised I would give him a shout out because of his smart antics he played on me and getting me to give him a shout out. So, I thought that deserves a shout out. What better way than to reward him with what he wanted? So let me tell you really quick about our conversation. He gets on RuneScape, PMs me. I don't know him. Motherfucker. Fucking Bob, man. Oh my god. Anyway, so while he's PMing me saying, hey man, I love your vids, pretty good shit, man, there's some good shit that you put up. Long story short. So I'm like, okay, thanks for the support, man. I'm glad you liked it. I hope you subscribe to me and stuff so you can be able to see any more videos that come from you. He's like, oh yeah, I'm subscribed, man. You're my, can you give me a shout out? I'm like, for what? What's the shout out for? He's like, for being your #1 fan. I was like, oh dude, I have guys who's been loyal to me since the first video I put up, and some which I've had on my list before I decided to make the video. You can't claim being my #1 fan, man. He's like, well, how about if I say that you're my favorite YouTuber? So I was like, oh, well, shit. That's a big honor to throw at a motherfucker like that, to say that, I'm his favorite YouTuber. But in the back of my mind, I was highly doubting that. But I said, you know what? Because it made me laugh and smile for the day. Ooh, shit. Excuse me. Because it made me laugh and smile for the day because of what he tried to do, I said, you know what? I'll go ahead and grant him his wish and give him this shout out. So that right there was for you, Ruthless1. All right. Shit. Now which way? Oh, shit. Am I going the right way? I think I am. Yeah, I should be going the right way. Okay, so there's your shout out there, bud. All right, moving on to the next topic. What's up, motherfuckers? It's Moist Alex, bringing you another video. Real quick, guys, I want to apologize about that last video. I had to cut it because for some reason the audio got messed up, and I think what happened is my computer froze for 10 seconds, and so did Camtasia. And when Camtasia stopped recording, it was non-responsive, and then all of a sudden it was responding. So for that portion that it wasn't responding, what my Camtasia does, I think everybody does it. It'll stop the video and bring it up in the timeline, and then it'll say, what edits do you want to make to it, and then it'll bring back up the recording thing. And I think because my one recording was already up, it continued to record when it came back up, so it was double recording. And then when I stopped it, both of them stopped, and two files was trying to go in at the same time, and it got fucked up. And also, I want to warn you, if I'm wheezing or coughing or anything, it's because I had a slight bit of bronchitis that came on to me. I thought it was a basic cough, but it turned into something worse. So, trying to get over that right now, but that shouldn't take that long. Shit, I couldn't even talk earlier because my fucking it was so clogged up in my chest. Like I was taking like real quick, short breaths as fast as dogs breathe, and I was like, dude, I can't do this. So just done a lot of shit that, old grandma's remedies and stuff like that to take care of it. Now I'm able to talk, and, hopefully whatever medicine I'm taking will get done with it. Kind of sleepy now because I took some nighttime shit. So might sound a little crazy, delusional and shit like that. So excuse me on that. But let's get right into the topic of these videos. So I did that video about a day or two ago, so this is continuing off on that. And I think I was going to cow fights before I was interrupted, and then now I got Abby specs, and I'm about to be done with them bitches. So I got my farming run done tomorrow or later on today because it's in the AM now. When I check my farm run, I'll be 60 farming finally. 2 more levels to go until I get the Snapdragon. I think it's 62, right? If it ain't 62, I'm gonna be a little upset because I underbought then. But if I get to 62, then I'll be at one portion of my level and getting my road to staking done. That will be completed. I'm also trying to get my strength up to 90 right now, or 99, whichever I feel. If I get on a roll and I might just say fuck 90. I'm going up for 99, and then I'll do the same for attack or defense, whichever I feel. You know, usually I do one or the other. But in most cases, I will probably do attack first. Attack isn't that bad. Defense, I kind of was iffy on doing because defense doesn't really apply to a lot when it comes to staking. It's not like you get hit a lot less because all those rules don't even apply in the duel arena. So it's one of those things where attack and strength are really the only thing that you really need to focus on, or just strength. So and hit points, of course, having 99 is definitely an advantage if somebody else doesn't. That doesn't mean that you can't lose. It just means that your chance of winning might be a little higher. I like everything to be even, so that way I'm not getting screwed more than somebody else. So with that being said, those are my plans. Slayers in that mix because I want 83 so I can fight spiritual mages for a Sarah kill count, and also get dragon boots when I solo because most times I can probably count how many times I've tried to go solo and how many boots I would have probably gotten get my kill count. And instead of me just getting maybe nothing in the drop, if I don't get a hilt, even though I did get a hilt, and the time being of me constantly trying in the kills, I could have got maybe 10, 20, shit, maybe even 40 dragon boots, and that's 8 mil in itself. So that's 8 mil more I would have had if I had just got if I had 83 Slayer, which would help out a lot. Plus, who knows, I might have done more kills and I could have gotten more hilts or Armadale crossbows or something. And I might have been able to make more money because I would have got faster kill count. I would have went more, and I might have even went with a team. Who knows? So working on 83 Slayer slowly but surely, and also my strength at the same time. I'm on the D skimmy. Bank my BGS. Probably should have sold it. I think I bought it when it was like 9 or 10 mil. It's down to 6, but with most things, they do go back up somehow. And I think with this whole RuneScape legacy mode thing, which I'm about to get on right now, I think a lot of prices will change on here as well. So because this is the game that I currently play, as far as people saying if I'm gonna go back to EOC RuneScape 3 if they do bring this new mode, probably yes, because I do miss my older character and I really do like the old school mode, and that's usually how I got throughout my day. Is playing that way, man, with my boss guy. Once I maxed out everything, dude, I think I had more fun than I did because I didn't have to train. I just went and did my fun activities. And as far as me playing this game, I will play this one too because my other guy, I'm damn near maxed out. If I get a or completionist cape, which probably would take fucking forever because I haven't played many Castle War games. Damn, I didn't bring Artie Tellies. Then I would definitely come back and play on this guy, and probably definitely could do that PK and stuff for you guys. So instead of me having to train and get to staking, I can stake on my main guy and probably PK on this guy and use this as like my PK account. So I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but we'll see what happens depending on what they how they come with the beta, which probably ain't gonna come to like the summer or sometime closer to next year, like they said. But regardless, at least they have the idea of working on it, and that's all that matters. To give people time to prepare. Fuck, man. So anyway, legacy mode. Now, basically, for those of you who don't know what legacy mode is, basically they're trying to bring back um, pre-EOC's combat system. So the old just click and attack, no special abilities, special attacks are back, stuff like that. So right off the back, I know a lot of you are like, oh my god, yay, and a lot of you are like, oh shit, what is that gonna do to old school? And a lot of you are like, well, it's about fucking time. And then there's a very few of you who like, no, I want abilities. No, it's the best thing in the world. It's probably 2% that's saying that, just so you know. But trust me, I listen to all of you guys. I listen to all of you. I think amongst everybody, I look at all the possibilities of how everybody can work together, even though some may not like it. You got to think about the majority, and that's what it comes down to in the world, man. I mean, that's just the way it is. Now, granted, you can't ignore the minorities. You can't ignore it. So get that straight and understand that just because a percentage didn't fully pass the majority vote doesn't mean that they shouldn't get some, at least, of what they want. So first off, what are the current percentages in this voting poll? Right now, it's 77 to 22 now. Jagex logic. I don't know if it was 23 and I just couldn't see the 3 right, but that's only 99%. There's still a percent missing. It might be, ooh, don't like those guys, but I'm gonna go fight them. They don't really drop much for me. That's really why I don't like them. But I guess they're a decent experience. And whenever I go, they're never fighting anything else. So I usually have to prayer flick because I don't want to be standing there all day looking like a dumbass. But anyway, let's see. What the fuck was I talking about? See, this is why I hate being on medication sometimes. Oh, so anyway, you got guys who wouldn't like it, and then you have people who would like it, but a lot of that comes with valid reasons as well. So we got to pay attention to that. Fire runes, where are you? There you are. So we got to pay attention to that as well. Now, people who are like, yes, most likely you just want the old combat system because you want that back. A lot of you want it because it was the best system. You didn't want this new system, but you just kept playing RuneScape 3 because you didn't want to start over, which I don't blame most of you, especially those completionist cape people. You've been working for that for years. There's no way in hell you should be starting over. And for me, I always thought my idea of when you bring out something new, you don't continue from where you left off in that new world already. It just seemed kind of stupid to me for them to bring a new age and then not have you start over or do anything. Oh shit, I gotta get a Zammy and Sarah item. Bam, right there. And not have you like start over, in this new age, which makes sense because it's like when part two of a video game comes out, do you start from your last level in the last video game? No, but they do let you sometimes carry stuff over because you work so hard on it. So they figured maybe you can get a little bit of reward for the other one, like Madden Ultimate Teams, for example. You was able to buy these cards that you could cash in if somebody got drafted or something like that, and you could win this amount of cash in the next game. So, but they cost a lot and they were really rare. So it kind of made you think, okay, do I just want to start over another game or do I want to try to give myself a slight advantage? So when the new game came out, some people had a little bit of advantage over others, but understand it's a new economy, it's new everything. So the advantage you really have is being able to buy from everybody else instead of getting it all yourself, getting new things done faster, making new things, and probably not having to work as hard. But it will be harder because not everybody else is in your position. It's kind of like being the only rich guy in the world, where only you have the most money and everybody else is still working for theirs. Everybody's probably working for you, and then you have to wait for them to get enough money over the course of a few years, and then they decide to branch off and do their own thing, and then you start hooking businesses up together and you go from there. But getting off track here. So back to legacy mode again. So those who are saying no most likely are saying no because they feel that their items from this game will get fucked, and I don't blame them because that's true. If you go back to the old school mode, and depending on how they do that, the newer items that you have, which are meant for abilities and stuff like that, will get fucked in the ass. It's just that simple. The same way as the Dragon Claws got fucked when you went to abilities, the same thing will happen to these new items that you brought to the game that are supposedly really difficult to get. So when you do things like that, you have to understand both sides. And I think Jagex did a lot of one side positives on things instead of looking at the negatives behind it. And they never really found a median in which everybody would be happy. And because of that, they're just coming out with this thing of power to the players, which should have been #1 when you first started RuneScape 2, first of all. But let's face it, we all have things that we miss sometimes. We all learn. And in the end, we find out the hard way sometimes. In Jagex's case, they could have lost their company, which I think they got bought out by some people. I'm not going to get into all that because I don't fully know the story myself. And as I said, they're never attacking anybody when I come in this bitch. So anyway, I'm not even going to prayer flash because I don't feel like it. So anyway, guys, so if they have the values get fucked up, a lot of people are gonna say no. Now there's not a lot. There's only 26K. So that means the other guys are like, fuck yeah, man, I don't give a shit. I want the old school back. I can easily just PVM for a week and get that money back for the loss in that. Or depending on what you do, you might make it better. So the way I see it is there could be a way that they could make it all work. You could always have the item just be higher attack and or have a special attack because most weapons like the chaotic stuff didn't have a special attack. Create new special attacks for it. Maybe give it the same stats but with the special attack. Because for me, Drago weapons will probably be the best weapons. You should still probably be able to dual wield, but like in my eyes, dual wielding should of course lower your defenses. You should still be able to dual wield, but wielding with a shield, like for example, should like if you have the divine, and all that shit, it reduces the damage. If you are dual wielding, you should have the damage increase. Your when if they bring back the what the fuck did they call it? Absorption. If they brought back the absorption back and stuff, if you had certain weapons could make your absorption negative, so that means you would and therefore take more damage from those type of attacks. I think that's a great way to balance it because dual wielding would also make you powerful, but it also makes you more vulnerable. So with certain monsters, you probably want to do that. Like with the Kalphite King, for example, when he has different phases, you could have where it's probably best to do the dual wielding and attack him when he's in like I think it's the melee phase. It's to melee him so that you're not taking that much damage because all he's doing is meleeing you. And if his melee attacking and all that great, then you should be doing that. But if he's in his magic attack, of course, if you're in your melee phase, he's probably gonna rape you. So, or it's probably best to range and have it where range beats mage, mage beats melee, melee beats range. So but mage should also get beat by melee as well because depending on your armor, you're naked, man. I mean, you're shooting magic, but again, magic should kind of fuck up their stats and stuff like that, so they shouldn't be as dangerous. So it could work. I think it really can work. I think I'm gonna stop this video because I'm not really even trying to attack these guys. I need to finish this task though. So I think it could work in the sense that maybe the abilities could be pushed to only using for quests. Some quests, not all. And certain bosses require special abilities and stuff to beat it because of what it has, and they can still do all the little new things they wanted to do. But besides all that, man, I'm out as far as keeping a special ability, man, because that's the only way I'm gonna play the game anyway. If they bring the old school back and they somehow figure out to make it work together, then I'm gonna be fucking stunned to see that because just thinking about it of how the current game is and how pre-EOC was, it can't fit together, and that's why a lot of items got fucked in the ass. That's why they had to change up a lot of stuff. A lot of things had to be done because the systems don't fit together. So you can't make them work side by side. Now, questing wise, maybe if you bring like a black arm gang like the Shield of Arv or whatever, those type of quests where you had to have a partner, those are great ways to bring it together because you can say one guy has to use special abilities on the boss and the other guy has to use the regular attacks because his new form, like let's say that way, where certain monsters, new monsters you can come out with where their first form they use they're a certain way, and then in their second form, more powerful form, you have to use special abilities so you don't die by their new attacks and shit like that. But for questing now, for bossing, it could probably happen if it was like one of those forms Final Fantasy 13 where you could switch different styles. Maybe they can apply it kind of like that, and if they did that, then that would definitely make the game pretty interesting. I think I would definitely play that because Final Fantasy 13, in my opinion, was a pretty good game. A lot of people say it wasn't, but I enjoyed the storyline. I didn't like the second one, the part two of it, because it kind of was like, dude, what the fuck? Like, where is this story going? And then I haven't played the new one that came out, Lightning Returns, but I will be playing that if I can get a hold of that bitch, and basically seeing how that story go. But I did play the demo and I did like what I played, so we'll see where that goes. And like I said, as far as them trying to make this shit work, I think they could, but they need to get our feedback. If you guys have an issue with me saying this should work this way, that's fine. I love people who disagree with me because I want to hear why. And if you think that this could work, then say, hey, man, I agree with you, but I think this should be changed. I don't think they should do this. I don't think they should do that. Tell me in the comments what you think. And again, guys, don't forget, I think I forgot something. I don't know why. It feels like I forgot something. But we're going to stop this video here, guys. It's getting pretty long. I had a short video last time, so I decided to do a pretty long one. Oops, I'm sorry you had to get hit, man, but you will die now. But, you know, like I said, there are people who like long videos and there are people who like short videos. So I make for both of you guys. I personally, get the fuck out of here. Lone Ink, get the fuck out of here. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give a fucking like to a motherfucker, man. It really does show me that you enjoy this content. And if I don't get a lot of likes, and of course, if it's a lot of dislikes, which I don't pay attention to the dislikes unless you have a valid reason. But in my opinion, I would rather hear you verbally tell me why you dislike the video. Just like when you say no to something in a poll, usually with this poll, you say yes because you want the old school combat. But if you said no, is it because you just don't want it, or is there more to it, such as the value of your items, or you don't think that the two systems can work together? You might, or you're afraid that old school is being ruined. You see how one yes versus those three no's, how that could really affect something. And God Wars was the same way in that poll, where people were like, they were afraid of barrel items crashing and shit like that. That shit pissed me off because it was just a bunch of bullshit. They just didn't want it to come because they didn't want their precious EOC to get taken over by old school, which now has half of its players. But some of the players still go back to the other one because, like I said, guys, this is mainly for like people who wanted to start over, and then there are people who got bored with the other game and came here and started an account, played here for a little bit. Basically, it's like your second account, your pure account. It's not really your main guy. I don't even play RuneScape Classic, and you know that's one reason why a lot of people didn't want God Wars, because they figured it would create a lot of people going over there. And one reason they tried to give to get away is that it would fuck up the economy, which it didn't. But yeah, certain items will crash because they're better items than it. It's just how the world works. But if they're gonna add anything, new quest, new anything, items are gonna get fucked up anyhow, depending on how easy it is to get it. But if it's still hard to get it, there's still a benefit to using other items. Like rune boots, for example, are still used by rune pures. They need 60 defense to get dragon stuff. If they're not 60 defense, then you're just making it easier for them to have rune boots because not a lot of people will have them because they're in dragon boots. If they're not pures, a lot of people don't PK, uh, and a lot of people who do PK aren't just straight pures. There are people who are all around guys like me, and if there are more pures, then they're not going to be the ones with the dragon boots. It's going to be the PVMers. So that's just how the world works, man. And plus, I don't see a lot of people PKing in D boots unless they're kind of rich anyhow. So, like I said, if you enjoyed this video, please give that video a like. If you didn't like the video, I would appreciate if you didn't dislike it. But if you feel that you need to dislike it because you disliked it that fucking much, avast, I'm about to stab your titty. If you if you disliked it that much, then go ahead and dislike it. You're entitled to your opinion, but I would rather you post in the comments, man to man or woman to man, and tell me why it is that you dislike my video for a valid reason, and I will gladly debate with you or just talk with you about, okay, I'm sorry that I offended your game or something like that, but this is how I am. I like this game because of what it is. because some guy did say he unsubscribed to me, and I think y'all saw it in the comments because I bashed on RuneScape 3. But what I didn't like is he instantly unsubscribed to me because he heard me say fuck EOC, and then he's like, oh nope, dislike. But then when I told him, well, I don't like it because it changed the way I am. I'm a RuneScape veteran. Oh, okay, I apologize. And then he resubscribed to me, and I don't mind you unsubscribing to me, but I don't want you making those decisions so hashly if you haven't watched my full video. And I know these videos, the longer ones, some of you guys don't really like it, but there are the other guys who do. So I make these for both of you guys. I make short ones and I make long ones. So you get the best of both worlds from me. And also, if there's something that you might want me to talk about in another video, I've taken care of it already because I don't want to keep feeding you short videos. Like Chris Archie, for example, constantly get people who ask him, feed us more, give us more, give us more. I would rather give you a lot in one than a lot spread out, because for me, I don't like to keep people waiting sometimes. But if I can constantly tell you what my progress is and you see the entire progress, for like example, my Bandos video, which will be coming, I don't know. So that right there could be anywhere from weeks to months to days. I could release it in 2 days. Say, hey guys, I finally finished it because I felt the words and I was able to get it. I would say that I am more than halfway done. I would say 70% of the song is done. So just bear with me. Like I said, that beat is really hard to go with, and I'm not rapping as fast on it. If you want to listen to my beat, check out my last video in which I give a preview of it and my DKs montage. Otherwise, like I said, I'm Moist Alex. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please, did I just say that? Please give it a like. And if not, don't dislike it. In the comments, tell me why. And also tell me what you think about this legacy mode. Tell me if you think that this would be a good idea, yes or no. And just say, if you say yes because you wanted it back, or if you say no because you're worried about the items that currently are used for abilities, especially that you're worried about those getting messed up. And if you don't play EOC, fuck it, and you just want the old ways back and you didn't want to start over, then say that as well. By all means, tell me what you're feeling, man, and I'll hit back at you if I can. I'm Moist Alex. I'm out.